We've talked already a lot about Thanksgiving and travel, but there are many families who won't be able to put food on the table without help. And while a number of charities, agencies, and schools are stepping up, Congress is still at a standstill, not making any headway to pass another bipartisan coronavirus relief package. Kira Phillips has the heartbreaking toll this waiting game is having on our fellow citizens who are in desperate need of help.
My name is Melinda Barsalis, and I am the founder of Neighborhood Baking Collective. I started Neighborhood Baking Collective in July of 2020. Like a lot of people I know, I had begun baking quite a lot over the course of the pandemic and wanted to get these baked goods out of my house, basically. And I wanted to find organizations who might receive baked goods, homemade baked goods, and be able to distribute them. But some of the large-scale organizations just can't take homemade baked goods. And it turns out that one of my neighbors posted that she'd been distributing lunches of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that she'd made, and was looking for someone to help her with distribution. I reached out to her and asked if she might be interested in adding some homemade cookies to the lunches, and she said great, and came by and picked them up. And we've been doing this ever since.
I am a friend of Kelly, who is a baker with this nonprofit, and so I would follow her on Instagram, and she posted the menu of the amazing goodies, and so I bought some from her, and knowing it's going to such a good cause, it makes it better knowing that the money I'm spending is going towards something good. Every day I struggle and I need help, and I depend on those around me for that help. By my husband, my mother, my dear friends, and I'm lucky to have people around me that want to help me. We have a support system, and not everyone does, through no fault of their own. I want where I live to be a happy and healthy place for myself and my dogs, and I don't have children, but for my friends' children and my nieces and nephews. And I love supporting Kelly and the rest of the bakers that are doing amazing stuff, you know. They're an inspiration for all of us. They're just taking, I think, a day out of their week to help others, and they're doing it in an organized, badass way. COVID has opened a lot of people's eyes to what's going on, or at least it's not allowed them to close their eyes to it. You know, it makes you feel guilty. It makes you feel helpless. Because all those resources I was talking about having, how much of those resources am I putting towards helping others?
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I've lived in Austin for about 17 years now. I really love to cook for people, and I was really sad at the beginning, of COVID, because all my dinner parties evaporated, and so I'm really glad to have found a way to continue to cook for people who are truly in need, our neighbors experiencing homelessness. I bake with Neighborhood Baking Collective, and really our mission is to connect with people through food, bring someone a little bit of joy through a bite of something sweet or a little treat. So today we have been preparing lunches for 40 of our unhoused neighbors, using, we use fresh vegetables and high quality meats. We gave them a treat treat with some barbecue pulled pork, sweet potatoes, and green beans today. It really means a lot to me to be able to give back in this way. Volunteering in person has become really hard during this past year, and so finding this way that I can still support people in my immediate community has really been so fulfilling, and I've learned so much just about the hardships that people are facing and how we can all help each other. You know, we are all in this together as humans, so any little bit that you can help your neighbor or, you know, your friend in need or your community, you know, you don't have to change the world, but if you can change one person's life, that's a positive impact.
Honestly, this venture has helped me tremendously. It gave me something to do during the pandemic. It helped me share baked goods, which I really enjoyed. So when I consider how much we've baked and donated to mutual aid, I do feel really good about it. But more than anything, every time we have a bake sale and encounter other people who love baking as much as we do, it's always a delight. To learn more about Neighborhood Baking Collective, you can follow along on Instagram at Neighborhood Baking Collective. Every Tuesday and Thursday, that's where you'll find the link to our Google order form for our bake sales. Our bake sales are held at Micklethwait Craft Meats every Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon. So you can pre-order baked goods or just come and visit us, and we always have items available for walk-up sales on site. I'll never forget one of our regular customers telling me that coming to the bake sales on Sundays, she had a sense of what her mom gets out of going to church, and described coming to pick up her orders and visit with us as a sort of pastry church, which I thought was a really sweet way of describing what we do.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye guys.
Bye, Seth. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.